Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and this is the first Kabar I've bought in a long time. So I did purchase this from Blade HQ. Now they are sold out at Blade HQ, but I do have an affiliate link for them at Smoky Mountain Knives. They're a few dollars more, but if you want to check it out, you can. I gotta say, I'm like really impressed with this thing. It's only AUS 8 steel, but it's made in Taiwan. It's an affordable knife, beautiful spear point blade. And it actually has, look at how thin that is. It's actually nice and thin. You know, with Kabar, I'm used to them having like super thick geometry. So I was pleasantly surprised that this thing is slicey. Yeah, it's a little thicker in this area, obviously. But you know, if you keep your cutting in there and puncturing or poking, you know, like as a punch dagger, this thing will be very effective. You can see here I'm using it as a punch dagger, and because of the pistol grip and that spear point blade, man, it goes through like butter. Even with me twisting it, you know, the pistol grip handle just makes for really good ergonomics for punching, you know, and twisting. And then with cutting performance, the blade is facing towards everything I want to cut. So even when I'm barely hanging onto the box and I don't even have a lot of leverage, the blade is trapping the material, so it's actually cutting really well when most blade shapes wouldn't do that. Most would slip out of the cut because I'm barely hanging onto the box, so there's not a lot of leverage. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way this thing's cutting and performing. Even with utility cuts, you know, the blade is facing towards everything I want to cut, and you know, you have a ton of leverage down into those precision cuts. It's using a strong crossbar lock. We all know crossbar locks are some of the strongest locking mechanisms, you know, for folding knives. Obviously not the strongest, but, you know, it's one of the strongest. It has flipping action. And then this hole deployment. The hole deployment's where it's at. This is a very satisfying reverse flick. If you struggle with reverse flicking, maybe you should try this knife, especially if you want to get good at it, because this is an easy one. It feels kind of like flicking a Spyderco, but in a lot of ways even more easier. But the handle material is FRN. And, you know, that's obviously going to help keep the price down. It does have a reversible clip, and it's not deep carry, which I actually kind of appreciate because, you know, this would be an EDC knife, obviously, right? But that could be used in some tactical situations or some like self-defense situations. So it might be one you want to be able to get out of the pocket, get in hand, rapidly deploy, and get to work. So you might not care about it being super deep, you know, and because, you know, some deep carry clips can be a little bit more of a struggle to pull out of the pocket. When you have a little something hanging out, you can grip it and rip it. The back is, it looks like an integral kind of, but obviously it's a 2 or 3 piece construction. I think it's 2 pieces, and it's just like a clamshell construction. The FRN does have some grip pattern on there, and you know, yeah, it's really awesome. The lockup, rock solid, and then it is very smooth on the drop. It has a satisfying feeling because the blade, you know, it's almost like it, because you see how it's like a pistol grip? So the blade doesn't have to open up all the way to here. So when you reverse flick it, it's like you barely break the detent, and they actually have a pretty good detent, especially for the reverse flick. This is a nice strong detent for the crossbar lock. Now with the flipper tab, it's a little bit on the lighter side, but still very easy. You know, no problems using it, but that reverse flick and that thumb flick, wow. Very cool. Ergonomics, you know, it's kind of like holding a pistol. It is. You know, you can see it's got the pistol grip, kind of like holding a revolver in a way. But it's nice and comfortable. I can get a full 4-finger grip. My thumb comfortably lands right there. You know, so in most cases with like a knife, I wouldn't tell anybody to put their thumb on the spine for thrusting. But in this case, you're kind of far back, you know, so, you know, you can actually kind of do that. Or you can just grip it all the way around, you know, and punch. The geometry, though, you know, like I said, it is nice and thin. So for EDC use, you know, aside from, you know, say self-defense situations or tactical situations, just for regular EDC, it's going to be a super functional blade shape. You know, the utility cuts are going to be really good. You have and also because of the pistol grip, because it's angled the way it is, if you're cutting like this, it's going to trap the materials. So this is actually really cool. Now, cutting straps is not going to be the easiest, but you absolutely could improvise and do it if you had to. But the pinch grips and forward grip is where it's at. Yeah, this is a cool one, man. Really cool. I actually like this quite a bit. Now, as far as AUS 8 goes, No, I'm not the biggest fan of AUS 8. AUS 8, you know, is a bottom of the barrel, mediocre steel, and there's nothing special about it. It's got good stainless properties. It's an, how can I say it? It's an okay steel, right? Nothing spectacular. It's going to take an edge. It's easy to sharpen. That's one thing. I definitely recommend sharpening steels like this, you know, for beginners. It's going to be easy to sharpen. It's usually heat treated decently well. It's just, you know, it's not going to have outstanding edge retention. But, you know, depending on what you're doing with your knife, you might not care about that. And if you're any what decent at sharpening, and as long as you have a strop, a honing rod, and you're decent at sharpening, you can keep this thing sharp, no problem, you know. And, you know, like I said, if you add in a strop, you know, granted, like when you've used it throughout the week, you know, and it's starting to go a little dull, hit it with a strop, you know, keep that edge going as long as possible before you have to do a full-blown sharpening. And you'd be surprised how long you can kind of keep a steel going if you're using it properly. If you're not dragging it across concrete and aluminum and steel and ceramic plates, if you're actually cutting the things you're supposed to be cutting with, you know, like ropes, wood, plastic, cardboard, things like that, it's gonna, you know, it'll hold a decent edge. Anyways, just a quick look at it. Like I said, I'll link everything I can down in the description. I am surprised how fast it sold out at Blade HQ. I was hoping to link it there where, you know, you guys could save a few bucks, but no, they are sold out, and they sold out quick. So I'm guessing a lot of people seen this and said, yeah, I gotta have that. And I'm wanting to check out more stuff from Kabar now. I'll be honest, I really want to try some more stuff from Kabar. This is pleasantly surprising. I was expecting to get this and to do a bad video, honestly. And I don't mean like I was like, you know, ready for, you know, like to sit here and actually do a bad video. I just mean I wasn't expecting to be happy. I was expecting it to be, you know, to have play up and down, side to side, to not be comfortable in the hand, the detent to be meh, meh. That's what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that thwack. So, like I said, and I wasn't expecting it to have thin geometry. I thought this thing was gonna be thick as a brick. I got it because I wanted to give him a chance, just like any knife. You know, I want to give the knife a chance. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to already think that something's bad when I don't know. It's just I've had some mediocre experiences with Kabar. Let me be honest, just mediocre. Like there's been some that have been great, some not so great. This is gonna make me try out some of their new stuff. So anyways, work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.